Hi, this week we're going to be looking at regex or regular expressions. We're going to be looking at them particularly in Google Search Console, and in a follow-up we're going to be looking at in Looker Studio. Regex is a really powerful thing. They introduced it to Search Console about a year and a half ago now. It's really useful. Use it every day. Use it for things like query clustering, which is one thing we're going to look at. You can use it to search for specific patterns in URLs and look at specific subfolders or groups of subfolders. There's lots that you can do with it. We're going to touch on some really basic stuff to begin with, and if you want more, there's loads over at regex101.com where they've got a library of the most popular ones that people are using there. So yeah, valuable stuff. Okay, so in Search Console we're at the Performance tab. We're going to go to Query, and if you go to this drop down we'll go to Custom Regex. Now in here we've already looked at our brand, so I'll just show you again. We do fresh, use the pipe to separate words, which means an or. So we do fresh or egg in any query. Click apply, give it a couple of seconds, and then it will give us our, go to the queries tab, and then it'll give us all of our brand queries and how they're performing. So you can get a better idea of if users are searching for particular things about your company. It might be that there's a lot of people looking for contact us numbers, and it can highlight to you if you're doing a good enough job of showing those. If, for example, it is around contact information, are you displaying that on your pages in a way that it meets those users' needs? So really useful for that. If we go into thinking about query clusters, an example for us would be something like Google Analytics. So with GA4 now released, yay, we can have a look at see what themes people are looking at under GA4. But we won't stop there. We'll think about it. What else might people be searching for around GA4? Well, they might not call it GA4. They might still be calling it Google Analytics. So let's put in Analytics there, and let's think about something else. Think about it in terms of roles. We do a lot of recruitment and things like that, so let's put an analyst there as well. And I'm going to throw in data just to see what else comes up. So we'll click apply, and now it'll look for any of those 4 instances in any queries and bring them all through for us so we can see how well they are performing. So here we go. We've got GA4 Q&A, which is ranking second. Lots of GA4 stuff there, which is no surprise really at the moment. What else have we got? Data measurement plan, Google Analytics health check. So you can start to see that it's pulling together those groups quite nicely. What's really better beyond this is to take this kind of logic into Looker Studio, which we'll look at in the next one. But whilst we're still on the same subject of regex in Search Console, another thing you can do is, if we turn that off and we start again, let's have a look at page types. So we can do it by subfolder. Always remember it's going to default to that, so drop down to regex and let's have a look at /SEO and /conversion. We want to see how well the SEO pages are performing and the conversion pages. So look for anything really that's got either of those 2 words or parts of subfolders really in the URL structure. So you can come down here and then you'll see the pages that and their performance. So you've got the SEO subfolder here. There's a blog with conversion services in it, so you can get a better understanding of how well they're performing. Really useful for stuff like e-commerce, where you might want to have a look at particular types within a URL structure. So you might want to have a look at the boots subfolder and the jeans subfolder at the same time, or you might want to exclude the jeans subfolder or the blog subfolder from your regular expression. So you can do that here. One final thing, we'll go back to query. This is something that's very useful. And go back to our regex, and this is about thinking about what types of queries they are. Are they navigational commercial, transactional, what are people searching for in that sort of realms. And one easy thing you can go away and try is just put why, how, when, who, those kind of words, and it will give you the breakdown of those kind of questions that are being asked. And then you can go away and see, is my content actually answering those questions really well and meeting the needs of these users? So you can go back to here, go back to queries, and there we go. You can see about how to set up your own website. And then you can click through on these and see which pages they're performing for as well. So you can really kind of nail down which pages need a bit of support and which ones are doing great. There we go. I hope that's been useful. We'll see you in the next one.